Hi guys. So I can't believe it's been 5 years. Those of you who have been following me since the beginning, I can't believe I'm like here now. Do you remember that time when I was like crazy? I was so scared, and I can't believe 5 years? Oh my gosh, I remember I couldn't even make it past a few months. And honestly, like, it's been good sharing my stories with you because it means like a lot to me that I get some like replies, and like, I don't know, it's been really good. It's been very like therapeutic to talk, even though there's no one talking back at me. It's just nice to like get it out. What happened was back in July of 2011, one of my ex-husband's friends had one of those things to clean your ears out. And so we tried it on like my ears and my ex-husband's ears and like everyone's friends. I don't know why, we just did it. And then I remember I got home, I was like, it was kind of painful. Like, I was like, oh, it's just water, it's fine. But I remember when I got home and I was trying to dry out my ears with cotton swabs, that there was like blood on the tip of the Q-tip. And I kind of freaked out, and I asked my ex-husband, I was like, is this normal? Like, he's like, yeah, it's fine. And then I was like, it's nothing. So about 2 or 3 weeks later, I got a really bad ear infection, and I've never had ear infections before. And I waited 4 days, I think, because I couldn't do something. I had to like, something happened where I was in so much pain, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday I finally went to the doctor, and I was like, I hurt so bad. I remember I would look on like Pinterest how to make a heating pad. I made this little rice sock. You put rice in it and tie the end of it. Oh, that thing is the best. You should make one. It's like the best. And then I would sit there with like a massager, and I would put it right here, because it was like right here. It would hurt so bad to like drain things. Just, it was so painful, and the pain hurt so bad I would wake up all the time, like in the middle of the night. So I go to my doctor, I get on some antibiotics and some eardrops, and I took the eardrops and like the antibiotics and everything, and I was fine. It's like, was completely gone. And then on one day I woke up on September 1st. I woke up with a ringing in my ear, and I was freaking out, and the doctors couldn't like help me, and like there was nothing to do. Like, he said go to ENT and do all this and that, and I did all that, and I got no help. And I had like MRI, like it was just crazy. It went crazy. So I had like kind of I was kind of got like my hopes up, because when that happened, when my ear was still plugged, I think that's what happened. I think my ear was still plugged, and I had to get an MRI done because I just wanted to check, make sure there's like no tumors or anything. And so I went there, and they found like a teeny little like tumor or cyst on my pituitary gland that's causing like my ringing, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna go away, and that got my hopes up. But let me tell you, I was scared out of my mind. We went on a cruise like 3 weeks later, and the doctor was like, if it doesn't go away in 3 weeks, just come back and then we'll figure it out from there. So what ended up happening was I went through all these doctors, ENTs, like hearing tests, all kinds of stuff. So I went to this doctor at UC Davis, because that was the only like place close enough to me, besides, you know, San Francisco. It was the only place close to me that was like, you know, really in depth. So it turns out that those eardrops that I took were ototoxic eardrops, and what that means is they're harming to your inner ear. Well, my doctor didn't seem to tell me that, or maybe he didn't notice, or maybe he did notice and just went on with his life, that those eardrops, once they get into they are not supposed to go past your eardrum. And there was a teeny tiny little baby hole in my eardrum. and those eardrops went through my eardrum into my inner ear and burned up all the little hairs, which now causes my ringing. So, and it's so funny, I keep going back and forth, but it's so funny because I remember reading stories where they're like, oh, I'm 5 years in and it just went away one day, and now I'm at that 5 years. Because you get to a point when they're like, if you've had it for a year, it's pretty much serious. And then I got to that point, I was freaking out, and I was like, oh, in 5 years, oh, I won't have it in 5 years. And I really believed that, and here we are. So that's the story. And it's scary because you don't have any like hope. And what I always went to my ex-husband, I'm like, please tell me it'll go away, it'll go away. And he's like, yeah, everything will be okay. And I was like, no, it's not. And I was just terrified. You can go back and watch those videos, like my first year, second year, third year, fourth year of like tinnitus. So what I wanted to mention as well is going into my, I wanted to let you know about some like kind of like coping strategies and things I do to like kind of help with manage my tinnitus, which I can't believe I'm like giving advice on this, because if any of you are new watching this, I was definitely where you are, and some days I am still where you are. So let me, there is a sound that I love. It's called crickets and running water. I'm gonna find who makes it, and that was like amazing. Okay, so it's called, you can buy it on iTunes or wherever you get your music from. It's called Crickets and Running Water, and the artist is, like if you have to search, the artist is Ayurveda something. It's Ayurveda, nature sounds. But that sound is like so perfect. Let me play it here really quick. Yeah, so that sound is like perfect to me. I've gone through sound machines. I've gone through all kinds of sound apps. I even have like the little pillow speakers that you put in your pillow so you can hear music. So that's my favorite. Like that helps me. I do like deep breathing. I listen to the sounds, and when you focus your brain onto something else, that helps a lot too. As well as I did neuromonics. I was super desperate. I was just so desperate. I don't care what helped me. I paid the $5,000 that it cost, and honestly it didn't do anything for me. Statistically I got better because I started it in 2012, and statistically I got better. But I didn't feel any better. Like I was at like 99%, and then went down to like 80, and then 50, because I had to go back to San Francisco every month, I think, to get it like some sound put in and sound removed, and like they test your hearing, all that stuff. And my anxiety of it was going down, but I didn't, like on paper, but I didn't feel like it was. And another thing that kind of is upsetting, they put me on anxiety pills, and it took my ringing away. Like it took it away. And I started taking them a lot. And then I knew I was kind of getting like addicted to them, so I started taking like half. So I would start taking like half at a time instead of like the whole 1 milligram, and it was Klonopin. And that's like above Xanax. Yeah, it goes like Xanax, Klonopin, Valium, I think. I think there's something else. I'm not totally sure. And then one day with the anxiety medicine, I just didn't want to hear it all day. Like I just did not want to hear it. So what I did was I poured out a handful of anxiety pills into my hand, and I took them all. And then I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I just took a whole bunch of pills, like I'm gonna go to sleep, like I don't want to hear my tinnitus, like I'm just really tired. Like I was struggling with my divorce at the time, and just it was super hard. And my mom freaked out and took me to the hospital, and then I was in the hospital for 3 days, and that was by my choice, being in the hospital. But yeah, never the addiction part of it is like really scary. I also had a divorce in the middle of this, so that wasn't fun either. And my ex-husband's girlfriend now sent me, oh, I would never wish this on anyone, and I don't speak bad of anyone. I feel like sometimes it's so heartless because I got a text message from her and it said, "I hope your ears ring so loud that you can't breathe." And it was so shocking. Like, how could you? I would never wish this on anyone I hated. Not that I don't hate anyone, but what like an awful thing to say to someone who's been struggling with this. And it was part of like, I'm gonna get all upset now because it was like a huge part of their life, and you think it's the reason that it caused your divorce, and then just say something like that to somebody. It's awful. It's not fun. It was like, it was awful. Oh. Whew, okay. But I'm here to let you guys know too that like, I've been there where you are. I'm still there where you are. Some days I habituate and I like don't care that it's there, and other days it's seriously a struggle. And I just want to tell you guys that I'm here as like proof that you can still get on with life and you can still like do this. Like, if I promise you, like if anyone, like out of everyone, like I thought I was dead. Like, I was so super freaking terrified. I was terrified of like, what is this noise? Like, what is this the rest of my life? I was terrified, and I know if I can like kind of plateau and get somewhere, I know anyone can, because I was a freaking wreck. I mean, just look at my videos. Like, I was insane. And everything's gonna be alright. I know that's easier said than done, but, and you know, like, and everything happens for a reason, and I think these reasons are here to teach you some things that you didn't know about yourself, or that things could be worse in the world. I know it's a struggle, I know for sure, but everything's gonna be alright. You just have to believe.